What's up, moviegoers? It's Luke Rollins again, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the Don't Breathe movie review, so let's get started. Rocky, Alex, and Money are three Detroit thieves who get their kicks by breaking into the houses of wealthy people. Money gets word about a blind veteran who won a major cash settlement following the death of his only child. Figuring he's an easy target, the trio invades the man's secluded home in an abandoned neighborhood, finding themselves trapped inside. The young intruders must fight for their lives after making a shocking discovery about their supposedly helpless victim. Okay guys, so the director of this movie is Fede Alvarez. You may know some of his movies directed Evil Dead and The Girl in the Spider's Web. Okay guys, so I recently saw this movie 2 nights ago, and I gotta say guys, this movie was extremely mind-blowing and extremely tense. You know, one of the things I really love about this movie is the atmosphere, where this movie takes place. This movie takes place in a secluded home with a blind man in it, and we have these 3 teenagers, or you know, they go to people's houses and they rob their houses. Rich people, they rob rich people, and they're basically like, you know, pros at this until they come to this, you know, this blind man's house. They think they're gonna, be lucky because he's blind and he can't see. But yeah, one of the things I really love about this movie is the atmosphere of this movie. You know, where it takes place in a secluded home. The cinematography in this movie is just outstanding. You know, this is one of my favorite cinematography I've seen in a horror movie in a long time. Now, this movie has, you know, some really strong actors in it. We have Stephen Lang. You may know him from the Avatar movie. He plays as the blind man in this movie. We have Jane Levy. She plays as Rocky in this movie. You may know her in the first seasons of Shameless. And then we have Dylan Minnette starring in 13 Reasons Why, which is a Netflix original. And we have Danielle Zovato starring as Money, and he's been in Fear the Walking Dead. But one of the things I love about this movie is the strong acting in this movie. If you're a big fan of horror movies that, you know, make you like extremely tense, and you like love the sound, the sounds in this movie are just, you know, stunning in this movie. If you've ever seen the movie A Quiet Place, it's kind of similar to this. This movie kind of makes you, you know, as the title it is, don't breathe. This movie makes you not want to breathe. I remember seeing this in the movie theater back then. And the movie kind of made me feel like, you know, I shouldn't breathe because of how, you know, scary this movie is. And yeah, but that's one of the things that this movie does extremely well with is the cinematography, the sounds, and the atmosphere in this movie. But yeah, the sounds in this movie, it's like, you know, each little sound that these like teenagers make in the house, the blind man knows. So this guy is just like, it's like he's not even blind. He can smell, he can sense out, you know, who was, you know, in the house. He has really excellent ears, and yeah. Now, one of the downfalls of this movie, it's not really a downfall, but if you're not really that type of person, you know, who likes disturbing movies, this movie probably isn't for you This movie goes through a lot of tragic, and it's extremely disturbing towards the end of the movie. You don't have to worry about, the beginning of the movie, but towards the end of the movie, it does get a little bit disturbing to watch. And, I kind of like movies that, are kind of disturbing, because it kind of makes the movies, stand out more. It gets your attention. Another thing I really love about this movie is this movie never gives you a break. Once these teenagers are in this house, this movie never gives them a break. It keeps, making you tense. There's like no break, like where, the blind man isn't in a specific spot. So that's one of the things I love about this horror movie, is it doesn't give you a break to process, how you really feel. It kind of just goes into the horror vibe, the tense, makes you, really scared. And yeah, that's what this movie does really well with, is, it's not like this movie slows down. This movie has a really good pace to it. And I just love how these teenagers move all around the house. They try not to breathe, make a sound. They make one little creak, one little sound. The blind man will hear it, and that's not good. But that's another thing I love about this movie, is the sounds in this movie. It's kind of like A Quiet Place. If you guys have seen A Quiet Place, if you talk, breathe, blink, even if you blink in this movie, I guarantee something's going to happen. But that's one of the things that the director did extremely well with, is the sound. I saw this in the movie the day it actually came out, and the background noise in this movie, the sound of the creaks, and actually one of my favorite parts about this movie is the music. The soundtrack of this movie goes really well with the acting in this movie. So, yeah. Now, this movie is like a horror movie, and I gotta say, guys, the plot of this movie is actually just phenomenal, and just like a brilliant idea. These three kids, break into, all of these, wealthy people's houses. And, once they come to this one house, they think, everything's going to be fine. Nothing's going to happen to us. We've been doing this for years, and we're not going to get caught. We're just going to be, professionals, get the money, and we're going to be out. But that's one of the things I love about this movie, is you think that these kids are so smart, that, they can do anything, get the money, get out. But once we get to this blind man's house, they're just thinking, he's blind, he's not going to notice, he's weak. So guys, if you're looking for a really great Halloween movie to watch tonight or today, I highly suggest you see this movie. Watch it in a quiet room, watch it at nighttime, midnight, whatever you want to do. But I highly suggest you guys check out this movie on Halloween. I believe this movie is on Hulu. If you do have a subscription to Hulu, this is a excellent, if I'm going to say it, this movie was kind of a masterpiece. Okay guys, so if I'm going to rate this movie, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars, an A. This movie is extremely tense. It's very entertaining. There are some disturbing moments if you're a fan of, disturbing, horror movies. And the atmosphere of the movie, the acting is good. And just, this is a great Halloween horror movie to watch tonight. If you guys are a fan of horror movies, check this movie out. Okay guys, but if you're new to my channel, and you like this video, hit the like button. If you guys didn't like this video, hit the dislike button. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to get more movie reviews like this. And I will see you guys in the next movie review. Happy Halloween, guys, and stay safe.